Here we are. Hello! Hi! I'm Bobby Seagull, or Mr. Seagull the school teacher, and welcome to Mr. Seagull's Geography Adventures in Brazil today. We're going to Brazil. I'm so excited. So before we start, I'm going to tell you a bit about myself. So my name is Bobby Seagull. I'm a school teacher. As you can tell by my badge, I teach in a school in East London. I teach maths. I am also an author of a book called The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers, about how maths changed my life. So I love numbers. I love learning. And also I'm the presenter for the BBC TV series, The Monkman and Seagull Genius Guide, which you've got series 2 coming up very soon. And today I will show you a teaser trailer for this, which is very, very exciting. But firstly, I want to tell you about Home Festival. I was so excited a few weeks ago when I got a message from Mabuse saying, would you want to be one of our teachers? And I've been delighted to join them since. So let's look at what the program is for today. Let's see what the program is. Hold on. Let's see what the program is. So, we've got Oti and Marius at 11:30, family class dance. They got Katie Priest with her kitchen, which is always amazing. Then Bryony Blake at 3 o'clock with makeup tutorial. Then 6 o'clock, Karen Hauer with stretch and flow. 7 o'clock, Emma Barton with bedtime story, Matilda, always one of my favourite books. And then 7:30, we're so privileged to have Johannes Radebe. Is that correct, Johannes? Radebe? Johannes doing another class, and he was brilliant last week, so we're so privileged with the Home Festival family to have him. And just one more message. So, there is a competition going on in Home Festival. It's a challenge. So if you go to the Home Festival Instagram, you will be able to find this. Information on a challenge, and the deadline is Sunday the 10th of May. So there's more details you can see on the screen there on Instagram, or on YouTube. You can check Home Festival Instagram for details. But let's get cracking on today's lesson. So, before we do that, every week we have something called Homework with Bobby. Homework with Bobby. And let me see if I can move this. I'm moving a couple of things at the same time. Homework with Bobby. And I get people to submit options for me. They can either do something, which is do some research, or they can draw a poster on the lesson, or do a dance that we did in that lesson and recreate it. And a couple of submissions that you can see today are, one is a wonderful picture posted by Oscar on our Environment in Greta class. So well done, Oscar. Congratulations. And then one of our star students, Francesca Isla Ellen. She's been always participating. She did a poster on Henry VIII. She's always taking part in my dances, and she did a wonderful dance on an environment dance that I did. Dun, dun, earth. I won't recreate the dance now, but thank you, Francesca, for that dance, and thank you, Oscar, for the homework. So please, at the end of every class, I will suggest homework. If you submit it, I will shout out the very best ones. So that is brilliant. So I think it's time to head off on our journey. Very soon. So I'm going to give you the itinerary for today's class. Itinerary. So an itinerary is essentially a route. Someone on YouTube is saying they've got Monkman and Seagull's quiz book. I love knowledge. And one of the things we'll do today is we do a quiz. Quiz with Mr. Seagull. So make sure you're paying attention during the lesson, because I'll ask you 3 questions. I'm going to see how you do. Okay, so let's look at our itinerary. I'm going to put my cap on. Because we're going to Brazil. It's going to get a bit sunny there. We're going to go to Brazil. So we're going to go on a flight to Rio today. And then we're going to go and get some Brazilian drinks. We're going to get some coffee. Then we're going to do some dance. Samba time. Mr. Seagull's going to teach you a little bit of samba. Then time for school. We're going to learn how to count from 1 to 5. Then we're going to look at the Amazon rainforest, which is absolutely wonderful. Learn a few things about that. Then as every lesson, we'll have homework with Bobby. I'll set you homework, like Oscar and Francesca have done recently. Then we'll look at quiz with Bobby. I'll check whether you've been paying attention. And then finally, I always do thoughts of Mr. Seagull. Calming thoughts and influences on how you can be more positive in your life. So if you're enjoying my classes, please do follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. I'm at Bobby_Seagull. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So please do let me know what you think of how my Home Festival classes are going. So let's have a look. We're going to now start with our first thing, our journey. So let me get my passport. I'm going to get my bag. I'm going to be heading off. I've got my passport ready. Are you ready to fly with me to Brazil? We're going to go to Brazil. So let's have a look where Brazil is. So if you look at the world map, so here we are. This is a globe. And here we are, little island off the Atlantic. Here we are, Britain. And now we have to fly 5,700 miles. 5,700 miles to get to Rio. That's a long way. And it takes about 11 hours. Are you ready for an 11-hour journey with Mr. Seagull? Are you ready? We're going to get going. Before we do that, I always check a few facts. So I've got a few facts. Where's my my notepad? My travel notepad. I always carry this with me. Let's have a look at a few facts about Brazil that we want to know. Let me get my chalkboard. Because I am a teacher, we're going to do a few facts. So one is, Brazil's population is 210 million. 210 million people. And that is about 3 times the size of the UK. Because in the UK, we're about 68 million. So 3 times the size. And the second thing, this is astonishing. How big a country is Brazil? Well, it is 8.5 million square kilometers. And I'm going to tell you how big this is. In Britain, we're only 240,000. So a bit of quick maths. 240,000 goes roughly 4 times into a million. 4 times 8 is 32. It's nearly 35 times the size of the UK. Can you believe that? It's 35 times larger. Brazil is a large country, so I'm really looking forward to exploring it. Here's one fact. Robbie on Instagram says, not backwards anymore. I fixed it. I fixed problems. That's what Mr. Seagull does, a teacher. Tell you one thing. The capital of Brazil is Brasilia. Pay attention. It's Brasilia. We're not going to visit Brasilia, but the capital is Brasilia. So that is the capital of Brazil. What other things do we need to know about Brazil? They speak Portuguese. Portuguese. So we're going to also learn some number counting later on. But we're going to head off to Brazil. I think we've spent enough time looking at information. So are you ready for a journey? Are you ready for your journey? We're going to fly off, okay? Let's get strapped in. And we're off we go. And we've landed in Brazil. Welcome. Okay. I've got my passport. I'm checked in. And here we are. We are in Brazil. And we've landed in Rio. We are in Rio. I'm very excited. It's warm. Okay, we're in Rio. But firstly, we're going to look at something in Rio that's so important to their culture. And this is, let me guess. Let me have a guess. Time to take off my jacket. I'm going to do some exercise now. Time to take off the hat. Fling it away. And here we go. This is... Whoop. I need some practice. What are you going to do? We're going to look at some football. That's not bad. So I'm going to show you a clip of Brazilian football. Hold on.
Driving at the heart of the defence, Oscar, can he finish the day? Oscar's the name! He's won an Oscar! Brazil have won the match. It's 3-1. Oscar driving at the heart of the defence, Oscar, can he finish the day? Oscar's the name! He's won an Oscar! Brazil have won the match.
Brazilian football. Brazilian football. Let's have a look. So on Instagram you can see this as well. So you can see the Brazilians, they love their football. And I need to do some practice on it. And this is a Brazilian football shirt. Brazilian football shirt. So let me have a look at where we are. So we are in Brazil. Maracanã. So the Maracanã is one of the, I guess, the national stadium of Brazil. It has 80,000 seater capacity. And Brazil actually was the host for a couple of things recently. Let's change my Instagram as well. Hold on. So, Brazil hosted the 2014 World Cup and it also hosted the 2016 Olympics. And the Maracanã, you can see, was a central part of it. Their huge, amazing football stadium. And you can see a statue there, can't you? A statue with some arms. Pay attention, and this statue is called Christ the Redeemer. It overlooks Rio. It's a sensational statue. It's 30 meters tall, and 28 meters wide. A bit like in England. You know, we've got the Angel of the North near Newcastle. The same idea. 30 meters tall, 28 meters. And actually they built it in France. In France, La France. And they brought it to Brazil. And they built it in about 1930. So you can see that, the Maracanã and Christ the Redeemer statue overlooking it. Okay, I'm feeling a bit thirsty now. I've had some water on the journey, but I feel like I want a coffee. Do you feel like you want a coffee? I want a coffee, okay. Let's go and get a coffee, yeah? Let's go and get a coffee here. Let's go and get a coffee. So, Brazilians, they export things. And a bit of a lesson for you. A bit of a lesson. So, exports. What do you reckon an export is? So, some of our younger viewers may not have heard of this. An export. What do you reckon export is? An export. What do you think an export is? Any ideas? An export. Okay, a bit of economics. Mr. Seagull does that as well. So you've got something called import that you bring into a country, and you've got something called export that you send out. So Brazil, they're actually the largest exporters. They send out beef, lots of meat, soybeans, but they are also the biggest exporter of coffee beans. So whenever you have a nice cup of coffee, I don't have one in my room. I'll have to pretend. Can you pretend there's a cup of coffee, yeah? Nice cup. Brazilians are amazing exporters. In fact, the largest exporter of this. So when you drink a cup of coffee, there's a good chance that the coffee has come from Brazil. And this is called an export. So they've got beef, soybeans, and coffee. These are the three biggest things that Brazil are in the world for export. So those three items there. So, Brazilians, you know, we've had a coffee. I'm feeling relaxed, yeah? Again, I played a bit of football. I want to do something else now. What can we do? What can we do? It's time for some samba. I think it's time for some samba, boys and girls. So, it's time for some samba. So samba, a bit of history. So I always love learning some history, boys and girls. So samba developed in the late 19th century. And that is, let me write that for you, late 19th century. So 19th century, all that means is about 1870, 1880. And it developed in the favelas in Rio, the favelas. And the favelas are the slums of Brazil. So these are places that are in real poverty. But in these places they developed something called samba. And interestingly, before we look at samba, there's another style of dance that came across in Brazil. This is called capoeira. So it's not in today's lesson, maybe in a future lesson. But capoeira is a Brazilian martial art form. And I learned a little bit of this. And it's where you do, it's a form where you're not meant to have contact, but you sort of move around and you recreate the dance. So there's like a Jenga, which is a move. A Jenga. But we're going to look at samba today. So that's a Brazilian form called capoeira. And then they'll do little switch flicks and kicks. But today it's all about samba. So what you can see is a picture of two of our home festival legends and our co-curators. We've got Karen Hauer and Mabuse, and both of them did a bit of samba. But now you're going to try a bit of samba with me, Bobby. So dance with Bobby. And again, I need some dance practice, definitely. But I'm going to try and teach you something here. So samba. Let's have a look at what samba is. Let's have a look. I'm going to bring up the video now. So this is a Brazilian samba. Let's try this together. So you swing your arms around. So yeah, try and follow along. I'm trying to follow along. So you're sort of swinging your arms, moving from side to side, and then going to the left, then going to the right. You gotta free your hips. So keep going round and round. So let me try again. I need some practice. Oti, Karen, Katya, I need your help, Johannes. So let me try again. Let's try again. So, arms round. I'm doing slightly different version to you. And then, hip to the left, hip to the right. Arms, swing it all the way around. And swing it. Come on. Samba with me. Samba. Samba with the seagull. So what is this? So like a little... Samba with the seagull. Come on. Get involved. And if you can record a video of yourself doing this, that would be brilliant. We'll have another go. So, let's have a look. So Samba, have a go with me. So send a video of you doing, Francesca's been brilliant at doing this. So this dance developed in the late 19th century in Brazil. In the late 19th century, in the favelas, the slums of Rio. It's a way of them expressing themselves. So I need some practice, Judy, Tinamoko, I need some practice for this. So there we go, there is some Brazilian samba. So, that was some samba, and now we're going to move on. We're going to come back to them, so if you've got, Katie please, thank you. I need some practice with my samba. I need some hips, I need some, again, I've got the mathematical brain, the pattern, but the samba, we'll come back to it, Katie, and you'll see if I can get better at that. Okay, so, we've done some samba, and now it's time for us to do some, let's have a look, what are we going on here? We're going to go to school. Mr. Seagull likes school. So, we're going to go to school, we're going to learn, oh, you can see the dance there as well. So we're going to learn counting. I'm going to take this off, because we'll come back at the end. So again, if you love the dance, send me a video of your dance. Francesca's been brilliant at doing that as well. Okay, school time. So, the numbers are say for me, Then it's dos, 2. Then tres. Then cuatro. Then cinco. Say that for me. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Cinco. So let's do it again. Dos. Tres. Cuatro. Cinco. They're the Portuguese numbers. So if I did a maths question, imagine I said, what's dos plus tres? You would say, cinco. And what if I said, cinco minus tres? You would say, dos. Okay, let's count up and down. Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. Then we go back down. Cinco, cuatro, tres, dos. We go back up. 1, 2, 3, go. Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco. We go back down. 2, 1, go. Cinco, cuatro, tres, dos, And there we have Portuguese numbers 1 to 5. It won't get you very far in Brazil, but it's a start. So we have our numbers from 1 to 5. Okay, now I'm going to put my jacket, I'm going to put my hat back on. I'm going to put my hat back on because we're going to go to the Amazon rainforest. We're going to go to the Amazon rainforest. So let's have a look. We're going to go to the Amazon rainforest. So, here we are. Can you feel it? Can you feel the humidity for me? It's humid. I'm sweating. I need some water. Whew. It's really sweaty. It's really warm. This Amazon rainforest. So here we are. The Amazon rainforest. If you look around, lots of leaf, lots of foliage. The size of it is huge. This is 17 times bigger than the UK and Ireland put together. It's enormous. 17 times the UK and Ireland put together. And people often say that where we are now are the lungs of the world. I'll tell you why it's the lungs of the world. So we produce, in my last week's lesson, we looked at Greta and the environment and how we produce carbon dioxide as a society. You know, our pollution, our exhaust fumes. And carbon dioxide is used by plants. They take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. So plants and vegetation are the lungs of the world, and Amazon is the central part, is the most important part of breathing for our planet. I'll give you something amazing about the ecosystem. So, it has 40,000 different types of plants. 40,000. Let me write these up because these are amazing, and this shows you why the Amazon is so special. Not 40,000 plants, 40,000 different types. Each one is different. They have 1,300 different birds. So I've got birds there, I've got plants there. I put like a little plant. 1,300 different birds. Cacao! I don't think there's any seagulls there, but there are lots of different birds. They've got 3,000 different types of fish. Little fishy. Some are dangerous. There's something called the piranha fish, and you don't want to get in a pool with them because they bite. So you've got piranha fish, and they also have 2.5 million insects. If you don't like creepy crawlies, don't go to the Amazon, but it's amazing. There's so much diversity. And again, it's really important that we take care of our planet. And in the Amazon, there is something called deforestation, where because we've got a really hungry appetite for beef, for land, we'll cut down forests to grow things. And because of that, our diversity gets damaged. So actually, as a planet, we should care about the Amazon because they are the lungs of our planet. They're so important. So, I think it's time for me to set you some homework. It's homework time. So where are we? So the homework today is, let's have a look. So you've got 3 homeworks that you can do for me. 1, you can create a poster, possibly on football. I love football. If you can tell me some facts about Brazil, how many times they won the World Cup, when, I need to practice on this. Or you can do draw. Draw 3 things you learned today. Or finally, you can send me a video of your dance, the samba one. So it's do, draw, or dance. So do those things for me. You can do that. So I know Francesca's done it, Oscar's done it, I think Uma on Instagram has done. So send me your homework again at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well. So lots of different options. Okay, it's now time for what are we going to do? Time for Quiz with Seagull. Quiz with Seagull. It's that time. It's that time. Let's have a look. So I love quizzing. I really love quizzing. On Saturday at 5 o'clock, as part of Home Festival, I do a family quiz. I know a few of you took part. I love quizzing. I did a quiz show called University Challenge, where I did very well on. And also, I won Celebrity Mastermind. So I love learning things. So I'm going to test you on 3 things. And if you want to join me on my trip to Brazil in future, you got to get these 3 things correct. Okay, so here are your 3 questions for me. So the first one is, this is a trick, be careful. What is the capital city of Brazil? What is the capital city of Brazil? Have a think. Question 2. What's the name of the 30-meter statue overlooking Rio? What is the name of the 30-meter statue overlooking Rio? And question 3. Brazil is a world-leading exporter of which product? So let me know your answers. You can type on Instagram, YouTube and Facebook. I'm not fully getting your streams, but let me know what you think. So what is the capital of Brazil? And it's not Rio. It's not Rio. What was the capital? I said it very early on. You can look up something if you want. What do you think it is? It's Brasilia. Brasilia is the capital of Brazil. The second one was, what is the 30-meter statue overlooking Rio? 30-meter statue. That is called Christ the Redeemer. Christ the Redeemer. And the third one we all know. What is Brazil a world-leading exporter of? We know beef and soybeans, but the one I was looking for was coffee. Coffee, there you go. That is Quiz with Seagull, and hopefully you've learned a few things today apart from that as well. So, it's time for Thoughts of Mr. Seagull. Well done, Susan, you got the right answer, and Oscar, hope you're well on Instagram. So, we're going to look at something that was on television last night. Well done, Robbie, good answers coming in. We're going to look at something that came on television last night. So I was on a BBC programme called The Great British Intelligence Test. And they were trying to look at my brain, this is actually my brain, and see, is it any different from you and I? What makes me smart? And I'm going to share a secret with you. So let's have a look at that clip coming up now. Let's have a look at that clip coming up. Let's find that clip for you. Hold on. I'm going to find that clip for you.
Your brain volume is extremely average. If not, a little bit lower than average.
Lower than average?
A little bit.
Smaller brain?
That's correct, yes.
Oh, Bobby.
Clearly, when it comes to intelligence, brain size isn't everything. But is there something in Bobby's scans that could help to explain why his brain works so well?
This is a really nice example of the grey matter, these grey areas around the outside of the brain here, which is where the majority of our brain cells sit. Bobby's got a very healthy brain, nicely filled out into the skull.
Small brain, but densely packed.
Yep.
So there we go. So, there we had it. You should have seen an image of my brain. So they scanned it for a BBC programme. And initially they said, Bobby must be smart because of something special. Maybe his brain is bigger. And actually, you know what? They found that my brain is smaller than average. Smaller. But I'll tell you why this is important. And actually there's a Daily Mail article that came out. And you can see it. It says, do smart people really have bigger brains? And they said, scan reveals former Universe Challenge star Bobby Seagull's brain is smaller than average. And what it shows you is not the brain, it's about your heart that matters. It's your heart. So I think, obviously we're all born with different skills and talents, but it's when you put, hello Gabriel and Alexander, always wonderful to see you. It's about what effort you put in. Because I always tell my students, it's about a growth mindset. You can either be a fixed mindset person where you think, oh, I can't do the samba, I give up. Or, I can't do maths, it's not meant for me. Or you can be a growth mindset person who thinks, samba's difficult, but if I practice, or Katie Priest's cooking, I found I didn't make things correctly as well as Katie, but if I practice at it, I can be as good as Katie in cooking, or I can learn things. So it's all about trying to be the best you can, about being the best you can. Okay, I want to share with you something very cool. So very soon, we're announcing the dates of my second TV series. But I want to show you a teaser trailer of this series. So let's get a teaser trailer of this series for you. Hold on.
There we go, our little house in the valley.
Wow, who would live in a house like this? Would you like a cup of tea, Eric?
Oh, yes, please.
So there we go, that is the trailer to my new TV series, Monkman and Seagull's Genius Adventures. 3 one-hour episodes on BBC. And later this week, we're making an announcement about when it's coming. I'm really excited to share this with the Home Festival family. So, before we go to ending of the session, what else is happening today? So we've got, after this, Oti and Marius's family class dance. Make sure you join along, it's going to be brilliant. Then, Katie Priest, her kitchen. I'm not sure what she's making today, but it's always going to be brilliant. Katie, you make wonderful things. Then at 3 o'clock, Bryony Breaks makeup tutorial. Then at 6, Karen's stretch and flow, always needed every day. And I love the way her dogs take part. Then at 7 o'clock, Emma Barton reads beautifully the book Matilda. And then at 7:30, it's Johannes. He did his heels class, and Johannes is absolutely wonderful. So I'm so delighted that the Home Festival is continuing. Katie's making cupcakes. Oh my God, Katie, cupcakes. I'm so excited. So again, I'm not a good cook. I try, but the key thing is my mindset. If I keep practicing, if I keep going to Katie's classes, Katie's kitchen, and trying things out, eventually I'll be alright. Maybe I might not be the best cook in the world, but I think I'll be alright. Okay, so before we conclude and we do our dance to end the show, remember, we've got homeworks, do, draw, dance. So you can either do a poster about Brazilian football, draw something about today's class, or do the samba dance, send us a video like Francesca's done, like Oscar's done for the poster. And I'd love to see, and I'm at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And then on Thursday, I'm back for a class. And on Thursday, we're doing the ancient Egyptians. That's going to be amazing. Ancient Egyptians. And then at Saturday at 5 o'clock, I am doing the home festival family quiz. And that's going to be also equally amazing. So now it's time. Let me bring up the dance for you. So we're going to bring up the dance. Because let's have a look here. So Instagram people, it's going to move it through the slides. Let's have a look. Nearly there. Where are we? So here we are. Here we are, the dance. So this is the dance I want you guys to send to me. Katie, come on, get involved. Come on, get involved. Let's get some samba in. Samba style. It's Brazilian. We're excited. Come on, get involved with Seagull with Samba, or Samba with Seagull. Shake those hips, shake those hips. Do it again, let's get involved, get involved. Samba time. Yeah, I need some help. I clearly need some help. So get involved with Samba. Get involved with Samba, people. So thank you. I've been Bobby Seagull. You've been wonderful. I'm part of Home Festival family. I'm back on Tuesday. Send us in your homework. Do a poster about football. Draw something about today's class. Or send me your homework. Or be a Samba dance. Let's keep going. Let's have a great day, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Snazzy Quizzes. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Katie. You've been all wonderful. See you all very soon.